Welcome back. We're still talking about politics. It's such a huge subject, but only because it's made itself a huge subject. If we really were to have an ideal view of politics, we probably wouldn't have included it in a course like this, or maybe we would have given it about 5 minutes at the end. But because politics is so interested in us, we have to be interested in it. So we're talking about it. Now, a lot of Christians think that politics is dirty, but it's not. Romans 13 says, "Are ministers of God for our good." Do you know who was the emperor in Rome when Paul wrote those words and said they're in authority because God put them there and they're ministers of God for our good? The Emperor Nero, one of the most infamous rulers ever in history. Just an awful man. And yet Paul refers to him and the others as ministers of God for our good. How could he say that? Paul is, if you'll pardon this expression, he's respecting the office, which is really important. He's respecting the office because it's ordained by God. Do you remember when King Saul died and someone came in bragging that they had killed King Saul? Because Saul was living a wicked life. He had problems with demons. He had tried to kill David so many times. And yet when the news reached David that Saul had died, because this young man thought that by telling David, I was the one who ran him through with the sword, he would somehow find favor, David had that man put on trial and executed. And then David said that he hoped that no one would hear, that it would never be publicized, that God's anointed had suffered such a horrible death, such a shameful death. Saul had lost the right to be king. Nero probably had lost the right to be emperor, if in fact he should have ever been an emperor in the first place. And yet, God had ordained the office, and Paul was respecting the office. In this session, we're going to take a look at what it means to serve in politics under God.